And I start talking about social media, and I start talking about, digital content. And I talk about, the consistent use of you have to feed out your message consistently. And if you don't do it, you're gonna get lost.
No
And
doubt.
so where they're like, well, we could just run a TV ad and people will see it on TV. What's the difference between that and like what you're talking about? I go, well, I'll tell you right now that the age demographics that are going to be affecting, your future sales don't watch TV like that anymore. They
Right.
don't pick up a magazine and look through the ads, and they're never going to pick up a newspaper ever. That's just never going to happen. Like, these
Mm-hmm.
things are things that you're going to eventually, you're gonna phase yourself out, because the next company or the next brand, as they may not have the same kind of years of experience or years of quality manufacturing you have, they're just smarter at marketing, and they're going to do a better job, and they're going to move their product quicker.
Yeah.
Like I said, I started a knife company 5 months, not even get 4 months ago, 3 months ago, and I'm
Well, and that's
already.
the thing too, is you have the credibility and authority to be able to do that because you've done other things and you've put yourself out there and you're in front of it the entire time, in front of the right people the entire time. You're not just hawking a product. You've positioned it so that you're relevant. And then when you offer something that you think is valuable, like knives or gloves or pick, then people are like, "Oh yeah, got it." It's the same thing we've done. When we started Order of Man 6 years ago, we did the podcast, and I went for 2 years before we really offered anything of substance. And then when we turned that faucet on, guys were like, yeah, I'm in. Because they were waiting, because we already had all of that credibility in store and built up, and we were doing it over a period of years. So then we built the credibility to be able to turn that faucet on, I guess you'd say. And it wasn't something like we were just turning it on overnight, hoping somebody would show up. Like, they were already there.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, but it's keeping them there. It's keeping that group of people that in the beginning they'll be confused. They won't understand fully 100% why you're doing what you do and how you're doing it. Then they'll start to
Mm.
get that there's consistency in what you're doing, and then they'll start to understand. Oh, I get it. This is why he does what he does. Then they're going to want to be a part of it, and
Yeah.
that's the goal for me. Is that I want to create, and I want to continue to create a sustainable group of people that believe in the products and the brands that I'm associating myself with, or I'm putting myself aligned with, so that it works out for everybody. Again, I'm not gonna just go pick up some random company if I don't believe in it, or if I don't think I could use it, just because they're paying me a bunch of money, or because they've got deep pockets to market their product. I wouldn't do it. In fact, I didn't do it. Like, I had, when I chose CBDMD, I had offers from like a lot of CBD companies, actually, because CBD was just blowing up at that time. And I'm like,
Right. Sure.
I just didn't. I liked the CBDMD product. I vibed well with them, and I just felt that it would be a better fit for me. And I thought that it would be an easy it'd be an easy addition to the portfolio that I've created with other brands that are associated. And so now, between both CBDMD and Monster, like, we've got a really strong foothold in strength and conditioning. We have a huge foothold in MMA. We have a huge foothold in action sports, and this stuff just doesn't happen because, oh, magically, like, we got lucky because of it. No, man. I mean,
Right.
this is like, I've been doing this for 20 years. I mean, like,
Right.
like me, giving, calling up Jamie O'Brien, one of the best pro surfers in the world, and getting him on the team, or working with, you know, Daniel Cormier, or any of or I mean anybody along the matter. Like, these are the people that are all people I've worked with in the past. Like, McCool Rothman is one of the the best big wave surfers in the world. His father is an icon on the North Shore. Like, I've worked with McCool and his family since he was a kid. Like, we're family. Like, so these are the things, and these are the people that I bring in, because I know that they can not only deliver on what I need them to, but we can work together to build the product out in a way that it will distribute and send that same message that I'm sending across all over.